I'm really very, very emotional right now. I'm very moved, I'm very excited, and very grateful to all of you for being here today. This is really a momentous occasion. I have thought of all kinds of profound thoughts to try and share, or at least I thought they would be, or tried to, that they should be. But I decided instead to speak to you from the heart, and because it really is such a special day for us today at Tel Aviv University and the Division of Foreign Languages that I had to be hosting this event today, but especially because it represents the culmination of 3 years extremely hard work by a terrific team of people from different universities in Europe and universities and colleges in Israel. And this is what it's all about. This is something that I believe in very, very, very strongly. I became a language teacher because I love languages and because I believe in languages, and more than that, because I believe in the power of languages to communicate and to break down barriers, because through languages we become acquainted with cultures, and therefore we become acquainted with ourselves and with others. And we need, as I said, languages to communicate, and we need a lingua franca to communicate in academia. And the lingua franca of in most fields of expertise is, of course, English. And today we have come together to celebrate English and to celebrate an English initiative that is particularly all the more valuable because it's bottom up. It's a grassroots project that we hope will have enormous impact at the top level. And this is my sincere hope for today, that the hard work of the entire project will in fact find a positive welcome and positive echo in the Council for Higher Education and other entities that decide on language policy in Israel. I will not take any more of your time at this point. I'm very grateful that Professor Raanan, Rein, the Vice President of the university, agreed to open this event, and I now give him the microphone.
Thank you so much. Rosalie, shalom, good morning. I take great pleasure in welcoming you all. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I take great pleasure in welcoming you all to this conference of the Tempus ECOSTAR project, which provides tools for modernizing and standardizing English language teaching in higher education in Israel. As you all know, we live in a difficult historical moment. It seems that we are facing the globalization of anti-globalization, a popular front of populists, a popular front or an international of nationalists. In an article published in The Guardian a couple of weeks ago, historian Timothy Garton-Ash warned us about the meaning of recent political developments, and I will quote only a couple of sentences. In Vladimir Putin's Russia, we have something very close to fascism. Erdogan's Turkey is rapidly crossing the line between illiberal democracy and fascism, while Viktor Orban's Hungary is already an illiberal democracy. In Poland, France, the Netherlands, Britain, and now the US, we have to defend the line between liberal and illiberal democracy. One could obviously dispute one or two of the examples mentioned by Timothy Garton-Ash, but still we are facing a trend of nationalism, and this is certainly a source of concern from many of us. Many commentators nowadays use the term or concept of populism. And populism, as you all know, is one of the vaguest concepts in the modern political lexicons. Since we We have had different populist movements and different populist leaders in various regions of the world, from Russia in the 19th century to Latin America in the 20th and 21st century. So each and every populist movement has its idiosyncrasies, but still all populist leaders have several characteristics in common. They see politics as a Manichaean confrontation between two antagonistic camps. They present themselves as extraordinary leaders on behalf of the people, quote unquote, when in fact they represent only a part of the people. In order to be elected, they politicize feelings of fear or resentment, and once in power, they attack the liberal constitutional framework of democracy that they view as constraining the will of the people. Again, people in quotation marks. In such circumstances, we have to go back to the basics and explain what should have been clear by now here in Israel and everywhere else. Let me quote Chief Justice Miriam Naor, who recently spoke in the swearing-in ceremony for new judges at the President's residence in Jerusalem. And Chief Justice Naor said, there are those who identify democracy with majority rule. Some would claim that if a decision was adopted by a majority, then by definition it represents a democratic decision. This is a mistake, she said. Majority rule is a necessary condition for democracy, but it is an insufficient one. Without curbing the power of the majority, the system may become a tyranny. Such things have happened. A majority that denies individuals their rights, a majority that oppresses the minority living in its midst is not a democratic administration, end of quote. And I find it hard to believe that we need to go back to these basics at the beginning of 2017. I would like to echo the words of my friend and colleague, Dr. Rosalie Sitman, the head of our division of foreign languages, about languages as a major tool to break down barriers, to promote dialogue, to promote peace. And this is certainly one of the missions of Tel Aviv University. We always say that we are a leading research institution, which is true. We always say that we are a major hub as far as innovation, entrepreneurship, and startups are concerned, and this is also true. But this university also has a deep social commitment. It's a university which waves the banners of solidarity, pluralism, and tolerance. And unfortunately, nowadays in Europe, in the United States, in Israel, public discourse is often characterized by xenophobia. Israeli society is in the midst of a cultural struggle over its core values, and the university and the division of foreign languages have an important role to play in this struggle. I would like to stress the importance of the ECOSTAR project, the importance of having national standards within and without Israel. English is of an extreme importance, as Dr. Sitman said, and we are currently expanding the pool of courses that we teach here in English, not just for international students, but also for our own Israeli students. Student mobility is of extreme importance as well. This is part of the internationalization strategy of Tel Aviv University. So let me applaud the project, the leaders of the project for taking upon themselves such an important task and for achieving their goals within the time framework set at the beginning. We are very proud of our division of foreign languages, but also of the role played by Tel Aviv University in this specific project. So I would like to thank you all and wish you a productive day.